lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
What is up, Grosse Pointe? The prep in the house. Grosse Pointe South. Get ready to take on the rival, Macomb, Dakota. He's Sam Stick Day. My name's Chad Bush. We got a Mac Red rivalry today, partner. Feels good to be in Grosse Pointe tonight. Your thoughts on this matchup between a couple of teams that met back on the 10th of January already once?
Yeah, you know what they say, styles make fights, and that's kind of what we have going on tonight. You know, you have a Grosse Pointe team here that loves to get to the rim. They're slashing, and what are they going up against? One of the better zones that you're going to see, and that's usually what it tries to take away, those slashing zones. So we're going to see if that guard play can dish the ball, get the three-pointers out, and you know Carter Richards is going to have something to say about getting to that rim.
Carter Richards, 25 points a game. The Lake Superior State commit for Grosse Pointe leads the way. He's not their only character, though, in that cast. They've got a guy by the name of Torrey James, another guard that's come over, 15 points a game. I know you like him as well. He's fit in nicely.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting. The guard play is the strength for Grosse Pointe, and then, of course, you look over at Dakota. That's kind of where they've had some issues this year, but it's next man up mentality, and that's where, you know, number 10, or the 10th grader, Braden Lee, is going to come in. He's more of a forward guard hybrid, but he's the guy that you got to see evolve in this game to close it to a better than a 20-point loss from last time.
Dakota, proud program with Coach Paul Tocco at the helm, a Final Four participant in 2016. We're coming back with Steve Berard's conversation as we roll on from Grosse Pointe South. Full court prep on a Friday night. Glad you're with us. Back after this.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Welcome back to Grosse Pointe South High School. We're here with head coach Steve Berard. His team coming off a perfect 10-0 last year, winning the MAC Red. A win tonight would get them 18 straight wins and get you guys in prime gear to win this league again. What's it been like for you guys to be on top of the MAC Red the last couple seasons?
Well, it's been every season is different, but we're getting everyone's best game this year, that's for sure. We've went to a double overtime game, another single overtime game, and pulled them both out. And it's been difficult, but we're 7-0 in the league, and we'll take it. And tonight will be another good test. Dakota's a good team; they're well coached, so we're looking forward to the challenge tonight.
You're led by Carter Richards, a kid who's committed to Lake State, 25 points a game. He's been teamed up with Torrey James, who's come over in the offseason. Mm-hmm. What a tandem they've been in the backcourt. Has that fit been nicely and seamless for you?
Oh, yeah, it's been seamless. I mean, especially Torrey James. I mean, he's come over and found his way within the program, which has been good. He fits in well with the team, but his game is evolved. You know, he's not just a shooter. We're working out with him to, play off the dribble a little more and use his athleticism. And Carter's just been great. Carter's scoring at all three levels, so he can get to the basket, get to the line, shoot threes, and get past the ball. And maybe last game against L'Anse Creuse North, I think he had maybe 7 or 8 assists along with 24 points. So he's been a handful for teams.
The challenge is always, of course, winning the battle on the glass, winning the battle and getting the ball secure, getting extra opportunities. It's a big part of what you do, along with your outstanding defenses.
Yep.
Talk about the rebounding. Talk about the defense. How's it coming along so far this year?
Well, we were on a roll there, and then we had a cold day, a snow day, 2 games canceled, and kind of just wrecked our momentum. We went into Chippewa Valley and missed a practice or 2, had 2 games canceled, and had to play them. And told my guys for the game, I said, this is going to be a tough game because we're not ourselves right now. So, they took us to overtime. They're a solid team, good team, but a team that we should have played better. So we're just trying to get our momentum back, this week has been good. We have 3 home games this week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's kind of unheard of, so it just worked out that way. So we're looking to cap off our week at 3-0.
Grosse Pointe South is 11-3. They've won 17 straight league games, and trying to get one tonight against Macomb, Dakota. What are your thoughts on Dakota this year, and your thoughts on them as a program?
Well, Dakota, they're kind of like my team from 2 years ago when Anthony Bernard was a junior. You know, we had kind of a newer team, a lot of underclassmen, a lot of guys that hadn't logged a lot of minutes at the varsity level. It's kind of what Dakota has right now. They had a couple injuries, and they had a kid transfer out, so they're just trying to find themselves. You know, every game, I'm sure Paul's just, you know, trying to see what works. You know, he's a good coach, and his teams are really prepared and organized, so he's just trying to make it all click. But sometimes it just takes a minute to get it all together. So we'll see. You know, they're probably Jekyll and Hyde right now. They did play really well against Roseville, but playing against us, I'm sure we're going to get a good effort from them.
It's Cancer Awareness Night. I know, special to your heart. A little extra something to play for tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's our second year doing it. Tom Mercer, my freshman assistant coach, sponsors the event with his insurance agency and Farm Bureau, and it's been great.
Lastly, let's get your thoughts on this team, the expectation, the district that you're in, your thoughts on what this team can become this season.
Well, I think I've been preaching to my team. We want to be how our team was last year at the end of the year. We want to be playing our best basketball, the last couple weeks of the season, get ready for the playoffs. We've already started to scout King and Cass are in our district. We feel real good that we can play with both those teams. We're going to go in that district, try to win it. But we have unfinished business here. We're trying to run the table in the MAC Red again, and I want to be outright champions. Roseville's a game behind us, so it could come. We could play against them for last game of the season and see what happens. And then we have our MAC tournament, which we've done okay in that. We played in the championship game a couple times, but it kind of gets you ready for district. That's what I like about that tournament. So we're just getting ready for winding down, trying to play our best basketball.
Thanks for having us. He's Coach Steve Berard. Appreciate you having us out.
Thank you.
All the best tonight against Dakota and the rest of the way. We'll catch up with you soon.
All right.
He's Steve Berard as we roll on. From Grosse Pointe South High School, Stick is back with his analysis and much more as we near tip-off. Back after this.
My time to shine. He took over. He got it. Splash. And that will put some gauze on it. So they were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
Getting set for Grosse Pointe South 11-3, 7-0 in MAC play. At Macomb, Dakota, 6-9. We're coming right back with the start of this one of the starting lineup right after these.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Everywhere you look this time of year, people are running, and that's a great thing because running is an excellent exercise, especially for your cardiovascular and musculoskeletal systems. But the question is, are you running a safe running program? All too often, people are hobbled by things like shin splints and patellar tendonitis. But luckily, simple things like stretching and warm-up, the right running shoes, and realistic weekly mileages can keep you in your running game. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
about it? A hot lick in GP to start us off on a Friday night.
By far the coolest high school national anthem I think I've ever witnessed.
Man.
Is that Jimi Hendrix?
I think so. I mean, that was a riff, and that's something we need more of at some point. Let's see if that young man can't perform at halftime. Now then, he's Sam Stick Day. My name's Chad Bush. Grosse Pointe South trying to keep this streak alive. They're going for 18 straight wins in their league. It's called the Mac Red. Their opponent tonight, a team that they knocked off by 20 in Macomb back on the 10th of January, the Macomb Dakota Cougars. Stick, do the Cougars have enough to stick in this game tonight on the road at Grosse Pointe South?
Do they have enough? Yes, but it's one of those situations where you're going to need to limit all of your mistakes. You need to very much take care of every single possession every time you touch the ball, because that's what's going to be important. You mentioned it. Last time they lost by 30. You know, we've mentioned their struggles about losing their starting guards to start the season, but these guys have an opportunity to do something special tonight.
That's Matt Wooters in the starting lineup. His twin brother Mike will come off the bench. Matt Bomarito at one of the guard spots. Jason Barra, Braden Lee, who might be their best player. The future's bright. He's a 10th grader. And Trent Morin, the big boy in the middle at 6'6", 205. The head coach is Paul Tocco in his 13th year, assisted by Sean Swanson, Billy Patton, and Joey Tocco, along with Jacob Patton and Magic Weathers. The AD is Shane Finney. The starters for the Grosse Pointe South Blue Devils, league leaders in the Mac Red, 11 wins on the season, 7-0 in league play. Vince Vachon, a guy that really has found that stroke as of late. He's at one of the guard spots. Torrey James Jr., the transfer from West Bloomfield, who's fit in like a nice old warm slipper on a December evening. He's been a bright, warm welcome for Steve Berard and the Blue Devils. Carter Richards, he's the lead dog. He's the lead man, and he's putting up a gaudy 25 points a game, 4 dimes. He's special. James Michelotti, who's been in that starting lineup since game 4, and a strong, tough kid, rebounder, nose for the ball, big role guy on this team. Nate Davies, the big guy in the middle. Big Nate, 6'7", and a big part of this team, putting up 9.6 rebounds. The head coach is Steve Berard in his 6th season. Nate Schwartz is one of the assistants, along with Rob Crandall Jr. And the Blue Devils AD is Andy Rish Maui in his first year. Andy's getting inducted into the Flushing High School Hall of Fame tonight. He's girls soccer coach, and in his first year at Grosse Pointe South. Stick, we're ready to go. Keys to victory for the home team, the Blue Devils of South.
Really, just we talked about it in the pregame, getting to the rim, slashing, cutting, and creating those options, breaking down the zone and pitching it to the right man for the open shot.
All right, we'll see how that holds up. Dakota wins the tip. They've got it against multiple defenses that we'll see. Paint jumper, no good, off the mark. That's from Jason Barra, the 6'4" forward. Just underway, South basketball. 20 seconds gone by.
Yeah, you mentioned all the different defenses you're going to see on that first possession. They elected to go with a little trap and a double team, and we'll see how it changes up through the night. That's what they like to do, is just get you off balance and never let you get comfortable.
Dakota in a matchup zone. Long 3, Carter Richards, no. Rebound on the floor off of Torrey James, and back to the Dakota Cougars.
And those are the shots that are going to be available all night long for Grosse Pointe against that zone. If they can start knocking those down, start collapsing that zone a little bit, it's going to be a long night for Dakota.
It's been a long season already for Dakota. Both starting guards went down with ACL injuries. Different things. 7 seniors on this team, but they play a lot of youth. 3 sophomores in the heavy rotation. Matt Bomarito with it, high in the left. High ball screen from Barra. Against man-to-man. Bomarito plays it around to the corner. This is Braden Lee, the sophomore 10th grader. Tight man-to-man. As Vachon D's up, one of the captains. 1 of 3 for Steve Berard. There's a blitz. There's a blitz on the sophomore. And Dakota breaks it and lays it in and breaks the seal tonight in Grosse Pointe. That's Trent Morin, the senior, at 6'6".
Yeah, that's tough. You know, that whole possession, you're playing straight up defense, and you start to take a few risks, and next thing you know, you give up a wide open layup under the rim. But looking out there at Trent Morin, he's got some size down low.
Torrey James in the corner, he caught it out of bounds, and that's a turnover.
Ooh, and he made the shot.
And that, yeah, insult to injury. I don't know if that's good or bad. But your point about Morin, a big man that adds value, as we see a look here at the break and the reverse for the lay-in.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at the roster. He's the only guy over 200 pounds. He's 6'6". He's got the athleticism to kind of match up, and he's got the size advantage over pretty much everybody on the court.
Yep. There's a steal attempt, a gamble, didn't pay off, but it doesn't burn him yet. Good catch-up defense. Richards to close out, and the stop and the foul by Barra with a bear hug from behind.
I thought Bommarito right there had a good shot. He pulled it back down, though. I thought if he initially takes that three-pointer while he has the opening, that's a much better shot than putting it on the ground. But it's so far a tight defensive battle. These guys are playing sticky defense.
Yes, sir. 1 of 3 from the floor early on for the Cougars. Just one shot so far for Grosse Pointe South, and Richards throws it away. It's been a fabulous senior campaign for Carter Richards. He's done everything that his head coach would ask and more, but he flips it over for the first time tonight.
Yeah, and you love to see that type of growth from any player inside your program. You know, those guys, it's high school ball. You never know the leap a kid can take year to year.
That's right. Grosse Pointe South coming off a win over L'Anse-Creuse North a couple nights ago. Floater no good. Offensive rebound, and the Cougars reset it around the horn with Lee. Picked off down low. South on the move looking for their first points. Vachon has set it up. The Lake State commit Richards back to Vachon. 4-3. Splash City. Vince Vachon with a triple. And the Blue Devils have their first lead of the night.
Yeah, I was going to say, Macomb Dakota's got to feel pretty good about how they've been playing early in this game, but that's that three-point shot that the zone is going to allow.
Matt Wooters against Vachon. Nowhere to go. Topside triple, that's Lee. Back iron, no. Offensive reset again. Attack of the 10, count it, and the foul. That's Jason Barra with a hoop in the harm, and here come the Cougars at Grosse Pointe.
Yeah, Carter Richards trying to get in position there to take the charge. We're going to see if he got over there in time. That's a tight call against Grosse Pointe, but it went Dakota's way, and now he's got a chance to make a three-point play.
Very close. Barra to try to convert it, and he does. Here's another look at that. And yeah, I think he was in time, but maybe too low.
In the circle?
In a circle that doesn't exist.
There you go.
5-3 Dakota. Torrey James for 3. No, Carter Richards with a reset as it's poked out of bounds by Matt Wooters. Ball out of bounds, baseline right.
Yeah, and that seems to be the hot spot to where they're going to be wide open. I mean, we keep going back to it against the zone, but that's the third three-pointer from pretty much the same spot on the court.
Yes, lob play, Nate laying no. That was a fine dish from Carter Richards looking for Nate Davey, the 6'7 senior. Davey couldn't finish, but a great bob call by Berard.
And that's the one thing we talk about Carter Richards and him averaging 25 points a game, but he's a three-level scorer, and you said earlier he loves to pass the basketball too and get his teammates involved.
Free throw up and good for Grosse Pointe South. Substitution. DeCoven Thomas, the 6'1 junior, checks in. They will check out Jason Barra, who's committed the foul. That's the second on Barra. That's something to note because he's one of their key players. Split the pair. 5-4, Dakota still on top. Thomas across the timeline. And a 1-2-2 press turns into a zone. Cut, lay-in, short. Blocked by the rim. Lee was too close. James on the run. Torrey. Kick, corner, Vachon for 3-0. This is Thomas. Kick back. 3. Got it.
He kind of just dribbled to a spot and looked around, and nobody was around. He said, all right, I'm open from the free throw line. I can knock this shot down.
Free throw liner for Dakota Thomas, not a 3. Torrey James reset 3. Splash City. And the Jays are starting to reign in GP.
And that's the one thing against the zone. You're going to have those opportunities for offensive rebounds and kickouts, and you got to take advantage of those early in your possession when you get them.
We're tied at a touchdown aside with 3:10 to go in Grosse Pointe in the first frame. It's been a dandy thus far, as expected. Baseline dribble drive, kick out. Thomas 3, no. Vachon with a big boy, box out, and here comes South. 3-on-1. Richards bounce, corner, James 3, got it.
What a shot by James, but what a pass by Carter, seeing his teammate all the way across the court like that, getting a wide open look when he would have had a good look, but he traded it for a better shot.
Willing, unselfish passer, no doubt. The 3 answer in the corner, Splash City. Matt Bomarito with a bomb in Grosse Pointe. We're tied at 10.
Both these teams starting to feel it a little bit from beyond the arc. And you knew this was going to be kind of an up and down ball game, because that's kind of how Grosse Pointe likes to play. They like to be wide open. They like to be creative in their sets. And when you can get up and down basketball like this, shots will be made.
Paul Tocco's saying, look, it's a next man up attitude. And he says, I know that's cliche, but I mean, we've had kids that want to fill in. Turnover both ways. Vachon on the run, 3-on-2. Carter to the rack, lay in short. Vachon loose change, rebound, good. And Vince Vachon has 5. And the home team's up 2 with 2 to go.
And you love to see that from your smallest player on the court, getting down there, getting the rebound, and putting it back.
Yes, sir. Matt Wooters, left point. Braden Lee with it, 6'5". Thomas in a tussle with Vachon. Vachon says, get off my grass. Cooper Richards, it's Cooper with a K, will check in. Here's another look at that 2-on-1. The kick to the corner, I don't know if it was intended for it, Stick, but it went through and it went down.
I'm going to say it was intended. He knew his teammate was going to be there, and that's the beauty of playing together for a long time with players, kind of thinking before they even get there.
Right on. Gordon Hudson Nelson checks in. He started the year as a starter. Richards has it left elbow. Dribble drive, blocked. Blocked by the big boy. That's Justin Bell. 6'8", 270. Thomas. And a triple threat position passes out. Also into the game is Tovin Williams, the 10th grader. He enters into the post left block. Thomas shows, goes, and throws it off the leg of Carter Richards.
Yeah, you saw big Justin Bell down there fighting for position on that block. Just kind of one-handed Carter Richards away. He got the ball in the post, was able to kick it back out, but it's going to be interesting to see how they use him as an anchor in this offense, because you could tell big man can body anybody right now.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, he is. Look at just pushing around 2 guys now.
Man. There's a shot block attempt and a foul. That was Braden Lee, left mid-post. And he's fouled by Cooper Richards, the freshman who's checked in. That's Carter's brother. There's the inbound, there's the rip, and there you see the foul. Stick.
Yeah, good take to the hoop. And, you know, we were talking about Justin Bell, but he was the one clearing out the lane for that to happen. So he's down there creating space.
Free throw up and good. This is Braden Lee, 6'5", 175. Meanwhile, Steve Bernard's been friendly with that bench. Connor Patty checks in. And he's the 9th South Blue Devil to play tonight already, as Adam Zarnik has just checked in.
And you know, you find that with good programs, right? They have the depth, they have the young guys that they're getting important minutes, like this kid right here, Cooper Richards. These are valuable minutes for when he even becomes a sophomore or a junior.
2-1-2 press, the freshman in trouble, gets it away to Torrey James. Backdoor Zarnik, lay in too strong. Rebound pulled off by Lee on the run. This is Wooters. This is Mike Wooters, the twin brother that did not start. Identical twin. And he lost it out of bounds, back to South.
And when you were talking to Coach about having an identical twin, like, hey, do you ever play those games at practice? They ever switch jerseys on you? Because, you know, if you had an identical twin, you got to do that stuff. It's just part of the gig.
Always wanted one. It's not happening, but how fun would that be?
It'd be a lot of fun.
How could you not play tricks or games?
Oh, and even that, you know, just practicing against each other all the time.
Right.
The old iron sharpens iron theory.
A lot of advantages. I'm assuming there's a lot of disadvantages too. But the fun one can have. 10 seconds left. Richards with it high between the rings. Working against Williams. To the rack. Right hand lay-in, no good. With 2 seconds left, three-pointer long and short. That's the end of the first quarter. Nothing solved after 8 minutes of play in Grosse Pointe tonight. Full court prep on the road in Grosse Pointe. And we got a tight one. Come on back to the second right after this.
My time to shine.
Got it. Splash. And that will put some gauze on it. They were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
That's Paul Tocco, the head coach of the Dakota Cougars. And he's had some great teams. He's had Dakota all the way to the Final Four. Macomb County Coach of the Year a couple times, Regional Coach of the Year. And was a former assistant at L'Anse Cruz, but he's done a great job at Dakota and loves to golf, also teaches business. And that Final Four run in 2016, one that this school very proud of. There you see him, Paul Tocco. His two boys have also been through the school along with his daughter. He just graduated, played girls basketball, and his son is on the bench. And that's Joey Tocco. All right, steal on the baseline. Carter on the move. Kick to the corner and throws it away. It's been a rough start for the star Carter Richards in this game, Stick.
Yeah, Carter Richards, he's having a rough time when he's getting to the lane. He's kind of out of control, a little unbalanced, but you know he's going to find his rhythm. Not really worried about him. When you look at some of these first quarter stats, the three-point margin stands out to me a lot. Grosse Pointe South, 3 of 7 from downtown, shooting 42%. Only 1 of 5 downtown from Macomb, Dakota. But where they've made it up is at the free throw line. A couple more free throws for them.
That's right. Tori James leading the way with 6 points. Vashon with 5. And well-rounded scoring. 5 players have scored for Dakota, none more than 3. Could it be 6? Yes. Splash City. That's Braden Swanson. 6 different players have scored for Dakota. And we've only played 9 minutes. That's impressive, and Dakota has the lead again by 3.
Yeah, and what kind of makes it more impressive is we talked about their 2 starting guards are injured, so that, you know, that depth is pretty wild right now.
Richards is fouled going up. They'll get Justin Bell, who says, what? I just stood there and walled up.
Yeah, but you were moving, big fella, and I love that take by Richards. You know, he's had a rough time going to the rim. You're going to see the action. Big fella's moving, jumps right back into him, and forces the contact, and that's what scorers do.
They're going to say it was on the floor.
Ooh, looked to me like he was going up.
It did. No debate from Steve Bernard. Richards to trigger into Tori James. 15 a game for Tori James. Feeling it tonight. 3rd triple. Splash City! Tori James!
Yeah, you're going to have to stop going underneath the screen when he has the ball. That's just giving him way too much space. And like you said, he's feeling it. He kept that wrist up there in the air after he let that one go.
3rd triple for Tori. He's got 9. Tied at 15. Back and forth we go. It's been tied 4 times. Wooters jumper off, and Carter Richards saves it. 2-on-1 the other way. Throw out Nate Davey, and Wooters had to foul him. Davey will go back to the free throw line. What an awareness by Carter Richards to start that play, Stick.
Yeah, falling out of bounds, the baseball pass, leading his teammate to get this layup. And, you know, you got to give credit, too, to Dakota, number 2, Mike Wooters, for forcing the contact and making him earn it at the line. Those are what we call playoff fouls. No free biscuits here.
That's right. No free biscuits, chili.
And there you go. That's what the result of hustle and forcing someone to earn it at the line will get you. You just saved your team a point.
That's right. For his efforts, he'll check out Mike Wooters. His twin brother will come back in.
Swapping jerseys.
Yeah. Here comes free throw attempt number 4 on the night. And it's good by Nate Davey. So, South by 1. Full court press is applied. Wooters pressured and clears to Swanson. Feeling it from 3. Rainbow in and out. That thing nearly hit the rafters. Scramble. Thomas steal. Banker good. DeCoven Thomas with a deuce after a swipe, and Dakota leads by 1.
And once again, you're just seeing maximum effort by Dakota. I think that 20-point beating the last time they were out left a little sour taste in their mouth.
That they're showing out on the prep, full court prep tonight. Brought their best for us, partner.
We appreciate it.
We do. James right point against this 2-3 zone. Richards in the short corner. No look to Vashon, and it's tapped out of bounds. And this 2-3 zone for now from Dakota is buzzing. It could change at any point.
Yeah, that's the thing, you know, that zone. Once you start hitting shots, it's going to change. But Richards is doing a good job seeing the whole court and trying to get everybody involved. They just haven't been able to get in a rhythm.
Richards lay-in good. Got around the top side and crafty lay-in. South by 1.
You stole the word I was going to use. That was very crafty. He kept it in his right hand out in front of him, laid it up, and nice off the backboard.
First points of the night for Richards. Doing other things, but scoring hasn't been won. Blow by, lay-in good. Aggressive attack. Tobin Williams, the 10th grader. And Richards the other way as this pace continues to escalate. Williams traveled with it. Lost it in his legs.
It worked last time down the court. This time a little too aggressive, and he did have the travel. But a nice outlet pass last time for Grosse Pointe.
He's on the scouting report now.
Yeah, that blow-by was a nice take. That was a real nice take, especially against a solid defender like Carter Richards.
Yes, sir.
But Richards was able to turn that negative into a positive and just kept running on the defensive end and got a layup on the other end.
Yep. Morin returns defensively. 3-2 zone now. James. You got to be heady to play in this defense. Davey shows and goes. Had it blocked. And saved back to Dakota. 5-on-4. Cougars on the run. Wooters to the corner. This is Bomarito. Already 1-3. Offensive rebound stick back. Tobin Williams with a hoop and the harm.
Tobin Williams is having himself quite the last minute and a half of basketball. A blow-by take to get to the rim, and here you see an offensive rebound and a putback with a chance to get his 3rd at the line. You know, that's the one thing. When you have sophomores playing, you never know what you're going to get night to night. You know, young players, that's it. It's inconsistency, but you can see flashes of brilliance out of this kid.
Couple of rebounds, couple assists. Missed the and 1, but he's got 4 points, and what an impressive presence off the bench early. South trying to stay undefeated in league play, 11-3 overall. James for 3, his 4th of the game. Give him a dirty dozen with 3:40 to go in the second.
Yeah, you better start closing out on that. What a rip.
Williams with his pocket pick. Carter Richards with a throwdown. A pick 2 with a hammer.
That says a lot about Carter Richards' game. You know, he's been struggling from the field, so what does he do? He makes a defensive play to get himself going on offense.
Cut off left block and popped out of there. It's going to go back to South. Fine move attacking by Bomarito, but couldn't come up with it. Here's another look at the Richards swipe.
Yeah, what a rip. And then here, I just thought he was going to go lay it in, but he had other things in mind, elevating and getting it up and over the rim.
Yeah, Richards at 6'3", getting up, getting down. High ball screen from Davey. Corner, James to stay hot, you betcha! He's got a fistful of trays, and Paul Toko's seen enough in Grosse Pointe. Torrey James lighting it up, and Fuego, my goodness.
Oh, what a great assist too there, but that is not the guy you want to give any space to right now. You need to be stuck to him like glue.
Take two, Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
There you see Steve Berard, one of the best in the Detroit area. Romeo High School, where it all began for him. But his team won it all last year, wire-to-wire district champs, and also won the league. And what a great job by Steve to lead him. His son is playing at Mercer, and he's got another fine team right now that's enjoying a 17-game win streak in league play. 3-ball, no good. Braden Lee and the Cougars have other ideas of spoiling the streak of 17 for South tonight.
Yeah, but now they're starting to run into a little bit of buzzsaw with South. Them being able to make those three-pointers and a cut and a pass like that. Oh, my goodness. That's going to extend the lead to 9 points. And the further it gets, the harder it's going to be to come back against these guys.
What a sweet look from Carter Richards to Nate Davey, who finished it. We had to wait for it. 9-point lead just like that by South. Much of it thanks to the Torrey James 15 points. That's what he averages. And we've got 2 minutes yet to play in this first half. And we've got an injured player, and it looks like Bomarito is down on that baseline. We'll try to get another look. I know Brad the Boss Ross was down there.
Yeah, it looks like he got hit in the head. Let's see if we can get a look at it right here. Just a reach. And a little bit of scrape up. Yeah, that is a painful, painful thing. Not going to take him out of the game. He's a tough kid. Football player, too.
Yeah.
But, yeah, those pokes to the eye never help.
No, they don't tickle. And if you have a contact lens, which who knows if he has, and it comes dislodged, you got to make sure you got a backup pair down there. See, these are contact lens problems. And, yeah, we hope he's well and returns. Inbound to Williams. He's come off the bench with his pants on fire, filling up the stat sheet. He has it here. Kick to the cutter, threw it away. Vachon with a steal. James, heat check, triple. Missed. What do you know? And that'll stay to the South, Blue Devils.
Yeah, you're right. That was a heat check, and they closed out a lot better on James that time. He's had a lot of space to shoot all these three-pointers. That time he had a hand in his face. That definitely makes it a lot harder.
Indeed. Cooper Richards is checked in. Vachon sets it up. The hot hand, Torrey James, gets a touch here.
It looks like Grosse Pointe electing to go small against the zone, put some more shooters on the floor. And look at that motion that's going on with their offense right now. And swinging the basketball.
Playing against a matchup zone right now. And we'll see how South adjusts. With 60 seconds left until the break. Largest lead of the night for either team. We've seen the lead change hands 4 times in this first half.
You know, I know when James got that pass, he thought about pulling up from the logo.
Oh, yeah. Two-teamed, gives it up. Cooper Richards. Double team on James.
Good job by Dakota extending their zone.
Yep, to the elbow.
Nice block by number 4, Brayton Lee.
Other way, floater up and good. That's Thomas. Dakota and Thomas with a bucket. 20 seconds left. And a big bucket for Dakota that stops that run, a 7-0 run.
Yeah, one big thing in this game is turning your defense into offense and getting those easy buckets, because you're seeing in these half-court sets, both these teams are making it real tough on each other.
James to Vashon. 3 at the buzzer. Bank is open in Grosse Pointe. The triple for the largest lead of the night by Double V. Vince Vashon. Give him 8 points. How about it? 10-point lead for the Blue Devils, who've been in a tussle all night. How about it, Stick?
You know, when the clock's running down, sometimes just fate takes over. You put it up, put it off the glass, and give your team a 10-point lead.
James with 5 triples and 7 tries, the story of the first. We're back with the Mercer Agency right after this.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
Welcome back to Grosse Pointe South High School. The Blue Devils by 10 at the break over Macomb, Dakota. We're able to do these fun things because of people like Tom Mercer, who's to my right, joins us from the Mercer Agency. Tom's also a freshman basketball coach at Grosse Pointe South. You sponsored this game. You sponsored many things, but I know this is important to you. It's a coaches versus cancer game, and that means a lot to you. Tell the folks why.
Yeah, it's been a crazy journey of I've been in the battle with cancer. Was first diagnosed in 2018 with 2 different forms of cancer. Got a third diagnosis in 19, was more severe and really caused me to take a step back and look at things much differently. I had to become more intentional in the things I wanted to do and the things I wouldn't do. And what I decided is I wanted to pour more in the community. So I started coaching JV football here at South, freshman boys basketball, and then looking for opportunities to just put more into the community and celebrate the people that are in this fight still and the ones that have won it, but raise money for research. So it's been a good deal.
Yeah, giving back. This is what it's all about. Tom Mercer giving back tonight, and we appreciate it. I want your thoughts on this Grosse Pointe community.
Yep.
And I know you were not a native here.
No.
You came here, and they sort of welcomed you as a transplant, and
Yeah.
your relationship with this community is special.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's depending upon who you ask in my family, we're either blessed or cursed. If we've lived in Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Chicago twice, San Diego, Madison, Wisconsin, and when we got here, it was the first time. Well, I mean, we've really had enjoyed some other stops. It was the first time that the family's like, okay, no more moves, Dad. Like we want to stay.
We really like it.
Yeah, and the community really, poured into us, and especially during the critical time with this battle against cancer, and welcomed us, and we really want to deepen our roots, and that's what led to making a career change and starting a small business that is also focused on trying to give back to the community.
Let's talk about the Mercer Agency, insurance agency.
Yep.
What can folks be a part of if they need insurance?
Sure. Yeah, we're an agency for Farm Bureau Insurance of Michigan, which for us was really important. We wanted to be something that is all about Michiganders and taking care of our local communities. So we do home, auto, life, your boats, toys, all that kind of stuff, and then we also do commercial insurance. So it's been we've been going at it for about a year and a half now. It's been a lot of fun.
It's awesome. I know you're also a big proponent of Grosse Pointe South basketball.
Yep.
And the basketball community, as well as football and other sports that you've coached in. But tell us about Grosse Pointe South basketball this year and what you see at all the levels. I know you're involved in many.
Yeah. It's. We were talking earlier of we have a real youth movement where we got a really deep and talented freshman class. So we have a lot more kids coming out for freshman basketball. So we've got. We kept 16 on the freshman level, which is abnormally large, and then there's 9, I believe, that are up on JV, and a couple that are seeing some time on varsity as well. So, but it creates a problem because you want to keep kids engaged, and you just can't keep a second team. But it's been fun to see the varsity kids. Anthony, like we were talking of, Anthony Bernard was so special of a player. It's been fun to see Carter Richards and Nate Davey and some of the other kids really have an opportunity to step up and shine, where I think last year was a little bit, I don't want to say content, but they were willing to give Anthony that platform, and he was so good with it. So I think the program's grown overall. It was really good.
Been a fun game so far tonight. We thank you for allowing us to be a part of this.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely. Great to see you again.
It's Tom Mercer. Check him out. He's in Grosse Pointe, big part of the community here. We're thankful for him, and so is Grosse Pointe. The Blue Devils by 10 at the break. We're coming right back with highlights, stats, and scores from around the state of Michigan right after this.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Every morning, I woke up with stabbing pain in my feet. Plantar fasciitis, the doctor called it. All I know is it really hurt. One visit to fix my feet today and the pain was gone. And even better, the custom arch supports I got worked in all my shoes.
Don't wait. End your foot pain now. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
My time to shine. He got it. Splash.
pause on it.
Thought they were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
Welcome back to Grosse Pointe South. Sam Stick Day and Chad Bush with you. First half laid about 10 points. It was tied at 12 at the end of one stick. What happened in that second quarter?
I'll tell you what happens. Tory James happened. He happened a little bit in the first quarter and a lot of it in the second quarter. You're looking at the stats from the first half. Grosse Pointe now 7 of 12 from downtown, shooting 58%. And outscoring Macomb, Dakota by 15 points behind the line. And Macomb, Dakota only shooting 2 of 9, 22%. And that's the difference in this ball game right now, Chad, is that they're breaking down. Tory James is breaking down that zone defense. So I would assume a little bit tighter, stickier defense on him, which will open up Carter Richards here in this second half.
Meanwhile, 7 Cougars have scored in the game, none more than 6 points, led by Dakota and Thomas off the bench. We'll see if the Cougars can't make a push. Carter Richards has yet to really get going. We saw him explode against Grosse Pointe North. And the first game we did this year, I know you weren't with us that night, but Richards went off, was our G of the game, and was unstoppable. Slow start to the first half, but he did other things, sign of a good player. 4 dimes and 4 rebounds to go with the steal in the first half.
Yeah, and that's what I was just going to say, but you know, he's getting his, even though he's not contributing on the scoring side of it, getting other teammates involved, contributing on the defensive end. Those rebounds are big, and that's what good players do. He's like, okay, I'm not having a great scoring first half, but I'm still going to contribute because I'm one of the best players on the court.
That he is. Headed to Lake Superior State to be a Laker. Quenches on the free throw. South enjoying their largest lead of 11. It was a first half that saw 11 lead changes and 4 ties. This is Matt Wooters with the basketball, with a black spandex underneath those shorts. Wooters against Vashon. Hook shot off the glass, no. Carter Richards with the board on the run. Here comes South with numbers. Richards down the boulevard, had it poked out of there, and saved by Lee.
Yeah, great defensive play by Braden Lee, then wrestling it away to keep the possession.
Thomas starts the second half. He gets a turnover. Richards on the run out, fouled by Wooters. Fresh find from the big boy Nate Davey to put him in position.
Yeah, you called it, Nate Davey there, and a great hockey pass too by Jones, getting that thing going. And Davey just with the immediate hot potato, get this out of my hands and get it to the star.
Carter Richards, his father Kevin is the head girls basketball coach at this school. We covered Kevin Richards' team against Cass Tech in the PSL Holiday Classic. Maddie Bernard, the daughter of Steve Bernard, plays on that team. She's a star player. She's got Division I offers. Richards missed the free throw.
Yeah, usually when you're having an off-scoring night, you want those free throws to kind of get you in that shooting rhythm, finding that depth perception. But like I said, he's going to get going here. And honestly, the best part for them is he hasn't had to get going for them to get up to a 12-point lead. That's why you got help from your friends.
That's a good point. Thomas will check out. And Bomarito back in there. They've checked in Tovin Williams. There's an alley-oop. Nate Davey from Richards with a hang and a bang.
Nate Davey, hello. I did not see that coming. He's a long, lanky kid, but for him to get up above the rim like that and throw it down, my goodness.
Oh, the Davey dunk was dazzling. Williams to the top side. Triple no good. Great hustle play by Lee to save it. Turnaround jumper good when Dakota needed it the most. Lee was there.
Yeah, you like Lee's game. He's all effort all the time and making things happen for Dakota.
Nate feeling it, has it blocked. He's down, 5-on-4 the other way. Nifty move. Williams kick, left. Wooters 3, no. Richards with a fastball down the middle. Picked off by the free safety. Wooters, Williams. Pass entry picked by Nate Davey.
Great defense right there.
Is TJ still hot? Yes.
Great patience by James right there. He got his man down low. Instead of trying to force a shot and going right up at it, he pauses, does a turnaround jump shot, and able to sink it to put his team up 14.
From the short corner, James, but it's all about Davey getting dunky and dirty.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Alex Westfall is your executive producer. Welcome back. 14-point lead for the home team, Blue Devils. And that's Wooters trying to exit the building. Not yet. Not really. And if he left, his twin brother would come in, have his back.
Yeah, he kind of hobbling a little bit there after that take. Looked like he took a shot to the thigh. You know, those bruises always feel good, Chad.
They do. The Wooters brothers, by the way, are a double play combination. They are a second base shortstop combo in baseball. Very good for Coach Angelo. Backdoor cut, Richards from James, swatted away. What a fine basketball play all around. Williams, Bomarito with another biscuit from deep. And here come the Cougars cutting into this lead.
And what a change in momentum right there. That's a 5-point swing from an easy layup that gets blocked from behind to a 3-point bucket.
3-ball Vashon. V squared with 11 as the second high scoring honors right now. Oh, the efficiency from deep tonight.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch for Grosse Pointe. Once they get going, they are tough to stop.
Man, Williams cut off in the short corner, stolen by Richards. Block and a steal, and a turnover by Richards after Williams rode him out of bounds.
Yeah, I thought the official was going to call a little bit of a push there to get him to go out of bounds, but what a nice dish right there, and another assist for Richards. He is filling up the stat sheet with rebounds, assists, a couple steals in there.
Vince Vashon with 3 triples. Ooh, how about that? Nice play by Lee to fill it in.
Man, did he hit the deck hard.
Jason Barra, rather, from Lee. My bad. He did hit the deck hard. Keep an eye on that. 12-point game, action-packed. 3-ball, James, Splash City. That's number 6 for Torrey James. He's got 18 points. Make it 20. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Paul Tocco wants it, and we'll take it with him. Welcome to the Torrey James Show in Grosse Pointe tonight.
Yeah, even shooting it from 6 feet behind the 3-point line. There is no limit to this man's range.
6 of 8 from downtown.
My time to shine. He took over.
He got it. Splash. And that will put some gauze on it.
Thought they were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
Ah, yes, the Blue Devils 11-3, 7-0 in league play. 1,200 students or so in this fine public co-ed institution they call Grosse Pointe South. Notable seasons, you don't have to go back that far. How about last season? What a year it was for Grosse Pointe South, winning their league, winning the district. Notable alums, how about Anthony Bernard at Mercer, doing fine things, had a season-high 7 against Moorhead State. Lay in good, and the foul. That is Wooters Matt with a hoop in the harm with a little English.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth again, Chad, tonight. You've been doing that a lot, but the English, look at this. Turns sideways, back to the rim, spins it off the glass. That is like a pig shot that you try it in the driveway.
First points of the night. And maybe the first letter for his twin brother, P. Count it. Big shot, gets him within a dozen.
Is this the first time both the twins are on the court at the same time?
Good point. Looks like man-to-man right now. Nobody can stop this man, James. And that's an offensive foul. And they're going to get number 30, Gordon Hudson Nelson, with a foul.
I mean, it was a hard pick. I'm not sure if he was set or not, but that was a tough run-in either way for these two gentlemen.
Yeah. So, Cougars get it back. Wooters to enter in front of the student section. Coaches versus cancer tonight. The theme. Talked with Tom Mercer. Wooters to the rack, draws the foul. Ran over Hudson Nelson. And back to the line goes Mike Wooters.
Little Wooters to Wooters action there, and then you see Mike pushing the action down the court. And yeah, that is a charge. He's going to the line. Looking at that right hand, though, he came down pretty hard on it.
He's actually going to the line for the first time tonight. It was his brother that was at the line last time. See, I'm already screwing it up.
We knew we would.
Yep, we knew we would. Free throw's good. Goes to find his twin. Dab him up. Nate Davey will check back in. So will Carter Richards. Exiting the lineup is Gordon Hudson Nelson, along with number 10, James Michelotti.
So we got two sets of brothers on the court right now. The Richards brothers, and of course the Wooters that we've been talking about.
Yeah, that'd be a cool little 2-on-2 game.
Yeah, it's a fun storyline.
I like it. Missed free throw. So we stay at an 11-point lead, and they'll start to blitz James. Cooper Richards, the 9th grader, to his brother, the senior Carter. Back to Cooper. Dribble drive, kick, James, hot hand 3. Splash City! That's three-pointer number 7. 7th heaven for James. Here comes the 4-point play attempt.
Yeah, what a find by Cooper Richards, the assist. And, you know, if you want to throw it to one man tonight, and it's almost guaranteed it's going in, it's that man right there. Just on fire. Everything he's tossing up is going in.
Timeout on the floor. What a night for James. The West Bloomfield transfer all the way to Grosse Pointe, feeling just right tonight. The assist from the kid, and the home team by 14.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Grosse Pointe South in control by 14 points. Stick, they've been able to just do some serious damage from beyond the arc tonight. What a showing for this team. Really unfathomable to think what they've done.
Yeah, now they're up to 10 of 15. That's the thing. It keeps rising.
As the game goes on. Free throws seem to be a challenge. How about this? Grosse Pointe South, 4 of 9 from the free throw line, 10 of 15, as Stick just told you. from the three-point line. Corner three, Splash City. That's Jack Naperkowski. Naperkowski becomes the 8th Cougar to score tonight. And the Cougars just keep rolling players off that bench that can hit threes themselves.
And they're hitting timely threes, too. Just when you think the game is starting to get super out of control, 14, 17-point leads. Look at that, right back to an 11-point game.
Stolen away. Cougars on the run. Kick to the corner. Bomarito for three. Short. Offensive rebound. Count it. And the foul. Barra says, I'll do it the old-fashioned way.
And look at that. Now the score down to a 9-point game. Dakota is still very much in this game with the insane shooting effort that's going on for Grosse Pointe. So you got to give it up for Dakota for staying in it, staying focused, not getting too far out of it. But man, what a display that we're seeing by Grosse Pointe tonight. This is fun basketball.
It really has been. Barra makes the free throw. Substitution comes in. That'll be James Michelotti into the game, and they'll give Big Nate a rest. No, they won't. Yes, they will. Nate Davey didn't want to come out. I don't blame him.
Yeah, I want more lobs. I want more dunks if I'm Davey.
This game's down to 8 points. South is led by as many as 15 in this game.
Almost looking like a 1-3-1 zone, but then they slide back into a 3-2.
1-2-2, yeah, it's mucked up. This is what they do. Carter Richards solves the problem and understands the assignment. Hoop in the harm, and number 11 coming to life before our very eyes.
Yeah, the zone is what Dakota does. This is what Carter Richard does. Keeps his pivot foot down, and he seems to love that underhanded shot when he gets down low. You'd figure that would get blocked a lot, but he's so sneaky and so crafty with it, able to get it up and off the glass. And he has made kind of a living tonight at this free throw line here in the second half. That puts him into double-digit scoring to go along with 6 rebounds, 6 assists. He's on his way to a triple-double tonight.
Quite the floor game. Wasn't the sharp shooting he envisioned. He started 0 of 6 from the floor.
It's 4 of 4, 6.
That's what we've grown to expect and see from Carter Richards. Dakota trying to avenge a 20-point loss on the 10th of this month. Lee misses it from the corner. Richards with a rebound. 1 minute left in the third. Torrey James open for three. Splash City. TJ, get out of here. Three-pointer number 8 on the night. And that's 26 points. 8 of 10 for downtown. 9 of 11 in this game.
I mean, shooting 8 of 10 when you're alone by yourself in the gym is an accomplishment. Doing it during gameplay.
Heat checker James, short
but on target.
And from 30 feet. Thomas into the front court. Corner, Bomarito, bomb, in and out, no. Richards with another rebound to collect as he nears that double-double and triple-double.
Triple-double. Yeah, that was his 8th rebound, so he's sitting at 11, 8, and 7 right now. I tell you what, as James keeps knocking down those three-pointers, he's racking up the assists, too.
Yep. Carter Richards is fouled, I think. Neither official wants to.
They're checking with each other.
Richards was poked. Here's another look. Yeah. It's going to be a foul, or at least it should be, on Jacoban Thomas. So.
They've been getting physical with Richards a lot this game, and a couple times he's had his palms to the air looking at the officials like, hey, what do I got to do to get a call?
8 seconds left. Dakota's got to hustle to the rack. Wooters lay in. No good. Tap back, no good. And Cooper at the buzzer. No. Wow. Oh, the action. In the end, it's a 14-point advantage for the home team on a rip-roaring night for Torrey James and Grosse Pointe. 8 triples for number 20 from GPS.
my time to shine. He took over. He got it. Splash. And that will put some gauze on it.
So they were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
Yes, the Cougars, one of the biggest in the state of Michigan in enrollment. 2,900, about 6-9 on the year. Ryan Rollins, you'll recall, what a career he had at Dakota, and then at the University of Toledo. He tore up the Rockets in the MAC. Rookie of the Year his freshman year in 2021, and it was drafted 44th overall by the Atlanta Hawks in the 2022 draft. Played in 22 games, and he's most recently been with the Wizards. A lot of people forget about, but should not, Ryan Rollins, a former Cougar and proud Macomb, Dakota grad. Kick, corner, three, got it. Splash City. Jason Barra buries one. And here comes Dakota. They're within 11.
Yeah, Dakota has stuck around right in this range ever since the second quarter. And if they could ever get a few stops and go on a run, it could get a real interesting ball game here in the fourth quarter.
Yes, sir. 14 now for Barra to lead the way. Corner kick is out of bounds. And Grosse Pointe South turns it over for the 12th time tonight.
And that was just a miscommunication, throwing it to where somebody is. And you know, those are the turnovers that I was talking about. But Dakota's got to be able to cash in on them on the other end, and that's what Grosse Pointe has been able to do successfully, is force tough shots.
Dakota trying to make a move in the MAC red. Hasn't been their best season. Coach Toko knows he's putting guys together. They lost a couple of their best guards to ACL injuries. Elbow jumper patiently good. That's Barra again. He's got 16 points to lead the way. He's been special tonight.
Grosse Pointe looking to slow it down, settle into their offense.
Lob, Nate Davies short with a shot. Covered up nicely by Lee, and here come the Cougars, who've cut it to single digits. Lee to the rack. Floater no, stick back good by Barra. This is a 7-point game, and the Cougars aren't done.
And their bench is up right now, cheering, clapping, everybody on their feet. Got that momentum going with them right now. And Grosse Pointe, what's got you here is speeding it up and getting those easy buckets and transition and getting in the lane and tossing it out there. Slowing it down hasn't really benefited them.
Pass nearly picked. A risky pass and active hands continues to make it difficult. That's to Coven Thomas. The energy and the momentum really has shifted. Here's another look at that offensive rebound stick.
Yeah, we talked about it early in the game. You know, when you're in a zone like that, there's no body on body, and it's tough to box out when the shot goes up.
James near the timeline. Backdoor cut. Richards to the hole. Slam dunk. And the foul. Carter says to heck with it. I'm going to go backdoor and yak it home.
And that's just a smart basketball play right there. You know, we've been talking about how he's been troubling shooting from the field, but that backdoor cut, that's just smart basketball. He had his opponent in front of him, guarding him. He's like, you know what? I can beat you to the rim, and credit to the pass, too. His stat line looks so good tonight. 13 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. And a couple steals in there.
Oh, there's some G of the game debates. I'm sure that will happen either way. Both sides. Wooters floater no, but the foul called. And they're going to get number 10, James Michelotti, on the whistle.
Yeah, both Wooters have kind of impressed me how they've been able to slither their way into the lane, force some contact, muck it up a little bit. They're getting to the line tonight, the Wooter brothers.
Baseball players by trade. Paul Toko saying, look, I got a lot of multi-sport athletes, and, you know, These guys play other sports in the summer, and that's just the way it is. 3-5 in the MAC Red. Wooters Twins. Play the middle of that baseball club. Both free throws missed. Those are big misses.
Is our statistician going to award him with a rebound? Yep, so one more rebound away from a double-double for Richards. 3 more assists away from that triple.
Keep note of that. James's triples at an abnormal high tonight for anyone in a high school game. He's got 8.
In any game, pro game, I mean, when you're shooting 9 of what, 11 at this point?
Yeah. Vachon splits the D, floats it up and scores it. V squared has 13 in this game and a timely shot by the senior.
And a sneaky 13 at that, too.
Just a junior, rather, but a captain in Vince Vachon. Plays like a senior. Wooters 2-teamed, gets it away, open look, Thomas 3, no. Offensive rebound lead. Back to Wooters, no. A third time is not a charm, but it is a foul as Wooters in the backcourt. Wooters in the backcourt fouled Carter Richards. Appears to be a good foul.
Yeah, not to keep going back to it with Carter Richards, but he is just playing a fundamentally sound game all the way around. Here you see, I mean, that's probably considered a steal, and that would be his 3rd on the game.
Paul Tocco not happy that wasn't called a foul. There was a lot of contact on this end.
It's his 5th steal. Austin Sonnenberg, our statistician.
He's saying there's a chance for a quadruple double?
Unlikely, but there is a chance.
Wow. Vachon cut off with the right elbow. To the block, somehow finds Michelotti. Back to Vachon for 3. No. A couple big boy box outs, and here come the Cougars of Macomb, Dakota.
Yeah, Palmito's not afraid to mix it up. That's one thing.
No, sir. Shot up, short, foul. It's a blocking foul. It's on Vince Vachon. That's just his 1st. That is the team's 2nd foul.
You know, it's interesting when you're looking at the stats. The turnover margin is pretty much the same. It's 12-14, but a lot of those are unforced turnovers for Dakota.
You're right about that. There's been a technical foul that's been called. So this comes at a critical time. It's an 11-point game. Who was it called on? We don't know.
It's like 23.
But free throws have been tough to come by in this contest. Just 6 of 11 now are the boys from Dakota. Next one comes and goes down for Jason Barra. So that was the free throws for the shot. These are the 2 shots for the technical if you're scoring at home.
Okay.
Some people are scoring at home. Jam Jan's out in San Francisco scoring at home.
Is she going to the game Sunday?
I think there's a real good chance she is.
What a life.
I know. Must be tough. So 3 out of 4 with a clock stop to cut this from an 11-point game down to an 8-point game. It's been as close as 7 in the second half, but usually it's been a double-digit lead.
And you get the ball back.
And
potentially cut it to a 5-point game here with a big shot. Yeah. Then everything starts to change a little bit, right?
Yep. Lee with the basketball. They like this matchup. Lee to the rack. No. Offensive foul. And that's Michelotti standing in there taking that charge.
Yeah, it's like Michelotti knew what play was coming. He knew that Lee was going to be aggressive, and he was standing there just waiting, and he took this charge right in the chest. Perfect textbook right there.
Part of that help defense that Steve Berard really focuses on. The shot. Got that stroke back recently. And boy, is it looking good tonight. It's going to stay this way in front of the
Heads-up play there by James that was about to be out on Grosse Pointe. He was able to throw it off the Dakota defender and maintain possession.
Cancer. Coaches versus Cancer. Is that the Toon Squad? Is that what they're called?
I believe so. At least that's the jersey that young man is wearing.
Yeah, the Toon Squad.
But it's cool to see the pink out right there.
I like it. A lot of love tonight. There he is. The poster child for Coaches versus Cancer. Torrey James has been the poster child of this ball game. What a night. 26 points for Torrey. Guy who's been averaging about 15. And he's got himself turned over. And that's thanks to the suffocating defense by the junior DeCoven Thomas at midcourt.
Yeah, he's been active defensively this entire game. He just really hasn't been able to get going on that offensive end, but right now that's not what they need. They need those stops.
Yes, sir. Matt Wooters, left wing, and that's a travel.
Little too excited there. Started shuffling the feet before he put the ball on the ground because he had an option. You're going to see it right here. 1 step, 2 step, shuffle step, all the way around the defender.
Credit Gordon, Hudson, Nelson with the defense. Closeout. Torrey James. Steve Berard raves about him, says he takes 4 AP classes. Not only is he a great player, great kid, but an outstanding student as well. And Steve Berard wants to talk it over. We'll talk it over with him. Just under 3 minutes to go on a beautiful Friday night in Grosse Pointe. We're coming back with a finale. Don't go anywhere, please. We're the Prep.
My time to shine. He took over.
He got it. Splash. And that will put some gauze on it.
Thought they were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
That's the MAC Red standings. You see South on top, 7-0, riding a 17-game winning streak. Goes all the way back to last year. Roseville chasing them on their tail at 6-1, followed by Chip Valley, L'Anse Creuse North, Dakota, and Stevenson. They knocked off L'Anse Creuse North back a couple nights ago by 10. And look, it's set up for South to win this thing and set up for them to play Roseville in the final game of the 2024 regular season.
Yeah, you love how that plays out, right? When the scheduling gods get it right, and the end game of the season is pretty much for the championship. It's going to be fun, but don't knock out Dakota just yet. They got a shot to steal one here in Grosse Pointe, and they stole one right there.
Right on cue. Chicken left on the bone, and this man ain't slowing down. That's Jason Barra. It's been a Barra kind of night when it's Burry outside. Barra's got your back. It's a 6-point game.
Austin Sonnenberg let me know Barra has only missed 1 shot this evening, and another steal.
Richards picks it up. Alley-oop, Nate Davey. Solid catch. Triple teamed and foul. That's on Barra. So Barra has picked up his 4th foul. So both number 23s in foul trouble. Davey has 3. Barra now has 4.
Yeah, that lob was a great idea, but right there you just needed the simple layup. You got a foul there on Wooters.
I correct myself. Davey has 4 fouls also. It shows his 3 on the stats, but he has 4 fouls because he had a technical, and that doesn't show up there, but it does show up when it matters. What matters now is that is the 5th foul, and that means double bonus time for Vince Vachon, who's tied for the 2nd leading scorer honors tonight with 13 points.
Man, free throws have just been an issue for both teams tonight. 9 of 15 for Dakota and 5 of 12 for Grosse Pointe. 5 of 13 now for Grosse Pointe.
2.5 left, 7-point game. Wooters to the front court, Matt Wooters. as the defense of South tightens up. Man-to-man, they're showing. James on Wooters. Kick to the corner, too tall for Bomarito, who was backing up. And it's tossed into the third row. Big turnover for the Road Cougars.
Yeah, he wanted the foul call. He wanted a little bit of push in there, but you know what? The refs have been calling good physical basketball all game long, and that pass was just a little too high.
Yeah. Richards just 1 rebound shy of a double-double. 13 points, 9 rebounds in this game.
8 assists and 5 steals as well.
That's a good storyline, too.
That's fantastic.
That's a foul on Braden Lee. That's Lee's second foul. That'll send Michelotti line left. 2 shots.
That's the thing. There's no longer the 1-and-1 and all that. Once you get to 5 fouls, it is 2 shots. And Grosse Pointe's going to do a good job being aggressive and making sure they're getting to the line.
Stick around after this one's over. We've got the G of the game, and it's a new G of the game hat. It's pretty sweet. Pat the Stat picked him up earlier today. And where is that hat?
It was around here earlier. I got to see it. It looked great.
Take that hat
already.
There you go. Schwartz has got sticky fingers, man. You got to watch him.
You know, but Schwartz is a man of his word. I will give him that. We placed a gentleman's agreement on the Detroit Lions, and he paid up.
He's a good man.
He is a good man.
He's good that way. He's lost a lot to me. No, I'm just kidding. Never. A lot of wins in this lineup tonight in Grosse Pointe South. We appreciate everybody for joining us. That pass is tipped and stolen. Tipped by the man in the post, stolen by James, fittingly enough. And they'll have to foul number 20 and add to his gaudy tally tonight, you'd think. And that's not the man they wanted. Touching the rock, Carter Richards rolls it in. Down low, Lee laying good. Timeout, Paul Tocco. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We're coming back to Grosse Pointe South to put the baby to bed. Thanks for watching. We're the Prep on the Richards lay-in.
My time to shine. He took over.
He got it. Splash. And that will put some gauze on it.
Thought they were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
Want to thank our friends at the Mercer Agency. 586-265-2304. Go find them at the Mercer Agency. Great to talk to Tom tonight. Also want to thank our friends at Jimmy John's. Freaky fast delivery tonight. Right down the road. The Tomey Group delivering again. Lettuce, no lettuce, meat, extra meat, no meat. They did it all. We had a picky order. We got a picky crew. And the Tomey Agency never disappoints. We thank Austin Sonnenberg.
Roast beef sandwich was delicious.
Did you do the Hunter Club?
I just did the roast beef. A couple of those tonight.
Okay, I think they call it the Hunter Club.
All right.
Or no, it's not a club. You're right.
No,
what do they call that roast beef one?
Just roast beef?
Is it? Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Delicious. That's what I call it. Oh, my. They are not going to give him the and one on that. Way to get it up on the glass for Mr. Richards.
Oh, man. Continuation in the league might have counted. Oh, all the jokes are funny. How about Carter Richards? So fun to watch. Just crafty kid. Does it the right way.
Well, and what you like about it is, you know, he was struggling in that first quarter. He didn't have a bucket, but then at the end of the game, you're looking at the stat sheet, and he filled everything up. So he understood, hey, my shot's not going down. I don't need it to go down because I got a partner named James who can't miss tonight. So I'm going to facilitate. I'm going to play good defense. I'm going to get rebounds for my team. And you get a nice look right there, a split screen at the Twins for Dakota.
Yeah, it's Matt Wooters and Mike Wooters. Matt's number 1, Mike's number 2.
And you know they're feeling it because they have the same haircut, right? Like, it's like, okay, we're going to go over the top with this twin thing.
Why not? They're embracing it.
Yeah.
One might be better in math, the other in science, and who knows?
And who knows?
I know this. They're very good at baseball as well, and you'll find them in the middle infield for Coach Angelo and the Dakota Cougars this spring. Free throw's good for Richards. And with 63 seconds left, it's a cool 10-point lead for South, looking to go to 8-0 in league play and their 12th win of the year. Right wing three in front of his bench. Jason Barrow with another banger. And he's got 23 in this game. And how about 2 threes for the big boy, 8 of 9 from the floor.
And 5 of 6 from the free throw line. He seems to be the only guy that's had success there as well. And I talked about it earlier. A quiet 23 is what he's had in this game. I did not expect you to say 23 when you announced his points.
I didn't either. I mean, this is a guy that's been very cool, part of the movement here, and a guy that stepped up, a feel-good story for the senior. And it's right now a 7-point game. We are the Prep. We thank you for following us on social media. You can find us right here where you're watching us now on our YouTube channel. It's free to subscribe. We'd love for you to subscribe, see if you like what we put out. Some of Michigan's finest high school sports. And also the voice of G League basketball for the Motor City Cruise. But if you would, follow us on Instagram. We're on X, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. And you can contact us, info@theprepsports.com.
Congratulations for going over 5,000 subscribers.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a team award. And we couldn't do it without our social media director, Anthony Colombo, who does a fantastic job. Certainly couldn't do it without you. And all of these fine team members. We're blessed. Alex Westfall, your executive producer, the captain of the ship. That's a foul. They finally caught Vince Vachon running around like a chicken with his head cut off with a purpose, though. And we've got free throws coming up. Was that number 5?
That was a nice basket catch there, too.
How about the popcorn here? Fish is eating all of it.
Well, it's over there by the student section, but you can smell it all the way over here to where we're stationed. It smelled good all game long, and shout out to Pat the Stat for bringing it through. I'm okay, Fish, but thank you very much.
Oh, you eat all that corn, brother.
I had my fill of some Jimmy John's.
Oh, it's good. Delicious. Vachon line left. He has 16. Time running out of the Cougars, but they made a statement tonight in Grosse Pointe. Nothing to be ashamed of. They got something to build on.
Oh, you're seeing the growth of this team and how great of a job Toko's doing with them. You know, when you're kind of stuck behind the 8 ball with both your starting guards with ACL, you lose by 20 last time. This is kind of a barometer for your growth. All right, we cut that in half. We played a tough game, and his team is showing that, you know, even though they haven't played together a lot, he's able to put a ton of guys in, and they're all making differences.
That's right. Corner 3 again, no. Barra off. Lee's got his back. Wooters for 3. Splash City for Mikey. Triples down. Game's not over. The Sixes are wild in Grosse Pointe. 66-60, 22.6 left. Here's another look at the Wooters stray bomb.
And you can tell Dakota's just trying to get up those 3-pointers in a barrage right now just to get back in this game. And now the free throws may get them in the end, but man, they have shown that they have really improved from earlier in the season.
So a timeout now, 14 fouls. So both teams will be in the double bonus. How aggressive do you have to be? What's the time point that you have to start fouling if you don't get a steal?
I was going to say, you got to go for a steal first, right? And you give yourself maybe 4 to 5 seconds, and then you got to foul. If you can't get it within that first 4 to 5 seconds. But ideally, you know, you want to force maybe a 5-second count or get a miss pass on the inbound. There's an opportunity. You want to trap them in a corner if you can.
There you get a look at Steve Bedard, the head coach, and his assistants, Nate Schwarzy, Rob Crandall Jr., Zane Draper doing a good job with his development, Daniel Allen on the film, his AD in his first year, Andy Rishmawi, getting inducted into the Hall tonight, couldn't be here. Also want to thank Kristen, athletic assistant as well. It's done very helpful things for us. Great host here tonight on Coaches vs. Cancer. Timeout on the floor.
Foul there on Mike Wooters. That's going to send Grosse Pointe to the line. So that was even before the inbound pass. And you're talking about this place. What a tremendous basketball facility this is. You have a nice stage over there, just a nice brick, old school feel to this gym.
Fittingly, it was an opening guitar solo for the national anthem. How cool was that?
It was pretty amazing. That kid's over there in the student section right now, too. He's got to be walking over there. Yeah, and here you get a nice view, little slow motion action.
Look at the facilities. Tour from Chris Armani Rose earlier today. Produced by Alex Westfall.
An Alex Westfall joint.
That's right. Beautiful facilities, natatorium, the hall. Wooter's layup, no, got his own miss. Kick out is tapped away by Davey, and that is a technical. If they call it right, and it is. That's an intentional foul when you grab the jersey. And that's going to make this game look a little bit further in margin than it should be. Davey line left. The way they've shot free throws tonight, and I mean both teams, no guarantees here.
Now, what are they combined to 21 for 35 from the free throw line? But then you look at that three-point statistic, and they're both kind of shooting pretty good from three-point land.
We'll have our G of the game after this one's all said and done. The free throw up and good by Nate Davey, senior center. Going to Grand Valley to go to school. Just get a look at the facilities. The Blue Devils, the natatorium, some of the classrooms and technology, the STEM center, the trophy case. A lot of trophies here in several sports. The most sports, the state of Michigan.
Yeah, sailing. Back-to-back state champions.
That's right. Time is run out in Grosse Pointe. South wins it. They hold on to win it 68-60. And they win their 18th straight in league play and go to 12-3. Tough loss for Dakota. Much better effort than the last time out when these two teams played. Dakota, a fight tonight, but not enough. We're back with our G of the game right after this.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with the simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
Welcome back to Grosse Pointe South. The Blue Devils win it tonight by 8, and they did it behind the man to my right, our G of the game, Tori James. And what a night for you shooting the basketball. I mean, what does it feel like when you've got that kind of confidence and that kind of stroke going on a night like this?
I mean, it feels great. You know, if you work so hard for it and finally shows, it feels great.
What's it like coming to Grosse Pointe South? You had to come here. You had to adjust.
Mm-hmm.
What was the adjustment period like for you?
I mean, I love it here at Grosse Pointe. The energy, I just love the town and the coaching. I love the coaching staff. I love all my teammates, everybody. I appreciate everybody.
You guys get a big win tonight. You've been perfect through league play. How good is this team, and what's ahead for you guys? How good can you be?
I mean, we're going to try to go to the Breslin. We're going to try to go as far as we can. We have a really good team this year.
Carter Richards, one of the veterans on this team, the senior. What's it like playing with Carter?
It's great. He's so good. He's so aggressive. He's a dog. It's great playing with him.
Great job tonight. 26 points, 8 triples for Tori James, 8 of 11. What a great feeling. Go have some fun with your teammates. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
All right, you bet. There he is, our G of the game, Tori James, with a big night to lead his team to victory. Wearing that new G of the game hat. That's a custom one and a limited one. Stick and I are back to wrap it up from Grosse Pointe right after this.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
My time to shine. Got it. Splash.
And that will put some gauze on it.
Thought they were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
Grosse Pointe South wins it 68-60. Here's some of the highlights from tonight's game. Stick, it was action-packed, back and forth. This was a close game early on in the contest.
Yeah, if you really want to point to what changed this game, it was that second quarter for Grosse Pointe. They went on a 21-11 run and never really looked back from there. But if you're Macomb, Dakota, you got to feel pretty good. I mean, you put up some points, you were able to hang, and that man right there had 23. Jason Berea, he had a solid game tonight for Macomb, Dakota. But the man of the hour, you just interviewed him, Tori James, knocking down 9 of 12 from the field, 8 of 11 from three-point land. And when you look at the score sheet, it's really interesting. Macomb, Dakota has 10 players that scored. Only one of them in double digits, but 10 players that scored. And then you flip over to Grosse Pointe. 3 guys really did the damage tonight. You talked about a Mr. Double B there with 16 points. And then Carter Richards with 17 points and Tori James with 26. Outside of that, you had someone score 1 point, and then you had someone score 8 points. So really, Macomb Dakota, 10 players putting it in tonight, but it just wasn't enough to beat the guys that are on a mission and the guys that are not losing in their division. They're trying to hold on to that record and keep it going, and Grosse Pointe did a heck of a job tonight.
They did. Grosse Pointe South ends up shooting 11 triples that they ended up making in this game. Tough to beat any time a high school team does that. Played good enough defense. Dakota showed enough that they're going to be a handful, and I know they're down a couple guys, but they showed with Barra tonight. I mean, around him and Lee, there's some really good players that can at least get them to the finish.
Yeah, Lee had great energy tonight, and then, we can't speak highly enough about Carter Richards. He wasn't the high scorer in this game. He didn't get his 25 points, but he filled up every bit of this stat sheet, and it's really impressive what he was able to do with 9 rebounds. I mean, how many steals did he have? 6 steals. He didn't have a block, though. He didn't have a block, Chad. Other than that, assists, 8. I mean, filling up every statistical category. What a well-rounded young man that was.
Good team win all around. Grosse Pointe South gets their 12th win, and they will take on Roseville, which will fittingly be for the MAC Red title. They do have a game up on them, and we'll see how this Grosse Pointe South team continues. We know they have a tough district. They've got King and Cass in their district.
Never easy.
Never easy. Want to thank our great, hardworking staff, very talented tonight, and we want to thank all. Alex Westfall, your executive producer, Evan Westfall on replay, Matt Schwartz on graphics, Sam Fisher on audio, Brad Ross on camera 3, Mike Batchis, the return home game. Welcome home, the homecoming for Mike Batchis. Good to see Mike Batchis back in these halls that he used to roam and dominate.
Kyle Buchanan right there.
That's Kyle Buchanan. That's our number 2 cameraman, and that's the stat crew. How about it?
Your girl.
How about it? Noah tonight filling in just nicely, called up from the pup, fit in like an old shoe. Austin Sonnenberg on stats, Pat the stat, packing it up, packing it in. And my partner, Sam Stick Day, expecting a child very soon.
This could be the last high school basketball game I ever call without a kid.
I'm glad I did it with you.
Yeah.
He's Sam Stick Day. My name's Chad Bush. We want to thank all the fine folks at Grosse Pointe South for making this possible, including Steve Bernard and including Andy Rishmawi. My name's Chad Bush saying so long from Grosse Pointe South. Once again, your final score tonight, the Blue Devils 68, Macomb, Dakota 60. We're the Prep. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next week. So long, everybody.